Hello everybody, Mad Dog and Merrill here. Welcome to Wisconsin Tailgating.
We're going to have a great time today. It's a beautiful day. We are at the patio setting of Vintage Brewing Company on Whitney Way in Madtown, Wisconsin.
Oh, yes.
And we'll talk about the different brews. We're going to be cooking with a little bit of brews today. But right now, folks, we got to get a crack on.
You got her, bud.
There, it's time. We'll be right back with more tailgate time.
Fire up that grill.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, it's Wisconsin tailgating at its finest.
You got her.
I'm going to be doing a little breakfast items. And you know, when you're thinking of breakfast, you're thinking of sleep, you can't be a scaredy cat.
No,
You can't be afraid of the dark.
Well, I'm never afraid of the dark.
So I've got a little oatmeal stout to wash
yes.
a little oatmeal stout to wash my breakfast down with in just a moment or two from the Vintage Brewing Company here on Whitney Way. And we're gonna have a great time today. And Marilyn, you know, we've cooked several times with these.
Yes, we have.
The little frozen hash browns. And they're so delicious, they're wonderful to do. You don't have to just do breakfast with those, but they're delicious, made in different nationalities.
Right.
So we brown ours up directly on the grates of the grill. And we were just in, a couple weeks ago, we were just in Marshfield, Wisconsin, and for Maple Fest.
Maple Fest, great time.
And at Maple Fest, they made potato pancakes. But what you don't realize is you can take those little frozen hash browns, you can take and platter up a couple after you've toasted them up, nice and toasty done, crisscross them on a platter, take a wonderful little breakfast links, and put the breakfast links right atop them. And I actually took some wonderful maple syrup, Wisconsin maple syrup, and I diced up basil. Fresh basil.
Great idea.
So I infused with flavor maple syrup with basil, and we're just going to pour a little over the top and create our own little breakfast to serve with my oatmeal stout. But what a great way to do potato pancakes on the grill, and that's just one of the things I'm going to be doing here today. What's up,
well,
Merrill?
okay, I'll tell you what, you know, we're better off red.
You keep talking, I'll get the t-shirt.
Better off red.
Oh!
Better off red.
Look at this. This is from the Vintage Brewing Company.
Ah.
Better off red.
Better off red it is, and they do. They've got a great red beer here at Vintage Brewing Company, which I'm going to use. Now, I'm going to start doing a Wisconsin-style type of steak, which is, obviously, you know that I'm cheap. I've got some chuck steaks here, which are usually very tough. Now, we're going to go ahead and make these a little bit more moisture, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to place these steaks in a pan. I've just browned these up about 5 to 6 minutes on each side. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of dried onion soup mix to these.
He's going to add a little dried onion soup mix.
You got her.
There we go.
Place that
I'm
up.
relaxing now.
You
So
look relaxed. You look relaxed. Well, I'm not if I don't get this open. There we go. All right. So I got a little bit of dried onion soup mix. I don't have to use the whole package. I want to sprinkle that just a little bit on top. Along with that, I'm going to add a little bit of dry gravy mix too. What I'm going to do is make a nice broth, but what do you think I'm going to use on this? I'm going to use
You're better off red.
You're Better Off Red. And I'm going to cover this just in the bottom, just to make a little bit of a gravy down on the bottom here.
Oh.
All right.
That's the true red-eye gravy.
That's the true red eye. That's right, red eye gravy we're making, ladies and gentlemen. Now I've got some Severin kraut. I'm actually using the dill and garlic, and I'm going to sprinkle that actually on the top. This will help actually soften the meat after it sits. I'm actually going to cook this for an hour. Television time would be a lot faster than this. I'm going to cover this all up. I'm going to place this on the grill and let it bubble for, there again, I said for at least an hour. You can. We're going to cheat and eat ours about 30 minutes, but serve it on a nice hoagie bun with the kraut on top, little steak sauce, and life will be good, sir.
Sounds good. You know, at the Vintage Brewing Company here, they got about 16 to 18 beers of their own on tap. They got 20-some beers on tap, but of their own brewed beer here. And have you been inside?
Yes, it's beautiful.
Honest to God,
yeah, you were in there for quite a while, too.
No, yeah, I was.
Yes.
But you know what? It's a lovely place to and we had some of the eats. You had
Yeah.
a beautiful turkey
a
sandwich.
Turkey sandwich was fantastic.
And I had these little Asian bites that were delicious. Our big cameraman, Ruud had a hamburger with fries. But it's a great place. It's 674 South Whitney Way, and you can go actually on vintagebrewingcompany.com, vintagebrewingcompany.com. But we're going to do a little bit more of our breakfast that we're going to talk about here. We took those frozen hash browns, and what a great way to do breakfast when you're at the big game, when you're at the red and white game, because we've got a little bit of red salsa over the top of those already cooked up, nice little frozen hash browns.
Now you're talking,
So
sir.
we got a little red salsa over the top of those. I'm going to crisscross a couple of our breakfast links over the top of those. Add a little white onions to go with our red and white because we are into theme colors today.
Okay.
Little red and white. I'm going to do a little pepper over there just for fun and just for flavor. And I'm going to add some pepper jack cheese over the top of those. And I'm going to put the hood down and we're going to platter that up with some fried eggs. As soon as, oh, here, before I got to season our eggs.
Yeah, don't forget Grandma.
And Grandma Hazel, absolutely delicious. Grandma Hazel's, we have 3 wonderful spices. Grilling Magic, which is a garlic pepper blend. Season All, which seasons all things. And Grandma Hazel is more coarsely done of garlic, peppers, onion, fennel, celery, red pepper, green pepper, onion, little sodium flakes in there. And so we're gonna season our wonderful eggs with Grandma Hazel over the top. And she's great on everything, including eggs. So I'm gonna put the hood down. We're gonna get the cheeses melted, and I'll show you how to platter the top of them little hash browns with those eggs in just a moment.
Boy, breakfast of champions, huh?
Ooh,
You got your oat?
Don't be afraid of the dark, you scaredy cat.
But you're better off with red.
Team colors, red and white. Wisconsin tailgating. We'll be right back from Vintage Brewing Company here in Madtown.
Madtown, gonna be a good time today, sir.
Woo, big game, big
Big
game,
game.
big game.
You should open a tandem bike shop.
What's this hot mess?
Chilling and grilling chicken?
Listen, bruh. See this? Untrimmed fat. And the size? It's been sodium injected. This chicken's been on the juice.
Look, we're here to help.
Hello, chicken.
Later, bad chicken.
As a mother, I choose healthy snacks for my children. What they eat now can have a lasting effect on their overall health. Cherry Delight dried cherries provide a healthy snack and taste delicious. Unlike sugary treats, these tasty fruit snacks are all natural and provide essential nutrients and vitamins important in growing bodies. From chocolate-covered Cherry Delights to tart cherry juice, these snacks are full of nutrition. Visit us in Forestville, just 30 minutes from Green Bay, or order online at countryovens.com.
Welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Red and White Tailgate Show. And man, I'll tell you what, we are bubbling away today, aren't we?
We are.
I tell you, I like it.
It's a great time here. We are at the Vintage Brewing Company in Madtown, Wisconsin.
Yes, sir, and have
Just wait, hold on. This is like a red and white Wisconsin tailgate.
Yeah.
Madtown. What's this guy?
Let's,
Come here, Juan. Come here.
The owner, the
Give me a high
NFL
five.
owner.
You're the NFL owner? You're the owner?
Well, I'm one of the owners, one of 360,000 shareholders of the Green Bay Packers.
Now,
You're the
which
owner.
one of the 360,000 are you?
Wait, Steve.
I'm just-
Don't be foolish. It's Steve, the owner.
It's Steve, the owner. He's the owner. So how long have you been the owner?
Since 1997, when I bought my first share of stock. And then I
Gotcha.
did in 2011, bought another share of stock. So I've got 2 shares.
Holy cow! And
Well,
you go ahead.
good for you. Isn't that wonderful? Now, we are in Madtown. Now, you're from Madison area?
Right, born and raised. All my siblings and my mom are all from Madison, Wisconsin.
All right, all right.
And are you a Badger fan?
Oh, absolutely. Go Bucky. Yep, you bet.
There you go.
Hopefully they'll do it this year.
Yes.
Too. We'll see what happens on that.
Are you a potato fan?
I like all food except for liver. I'll eat everything.
We'll work with you on that. We'll work with you on that. What sort of spud day on this segment?
You know, it kind of is tater day today. and here's a great way to do potatoes, a good sharp knife. And all we simply do, and we've cut some potato paddles before, and it's pretty simple to do, but when you're at a tailgate party, it's wonderful to do. And I cut this one up last night, and I actually put them in a little bit of Italian marinade, and they stay really nice. A nice medium direct heat on the grill. And Steve, have you ever created potatoes on the grill?
No, I've not done that.
And do you tailgate when you're at the
Absolutely. We have a huge tailgate right out in lot 1 next to Oneida Gate.
I do, really?
Good,
absolutely.
Each and every game.
Every game.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you have, bologna sandwiches?
We have 8 different tailgaters with a variety of different stuff,
That's the
from
way to do her.
you know, all sorts of different meats to different beverages to even some naughty pastry.
There you go. I can picture that in my mind.
What
I
we'll do
definitely
is we'll
can.
brown our taters up on both sides till they're nice and toasty. And just like we did with our little hash browns earlier, grab your favorite salsa, put it over the top. You can do pizza toppings, you can do Thousand Island dressings with Reubens, but this is breakfast day as far as I'm concerned today. So I'm gonna put a little fresh basil over the top of each one of these, some nice fresh basil for flavor. And what else do we have? Well, I guess I was, in Wisconsin, different sausages. Aren't we blessed with different sausages, Steve?
The best in the world.
The best in the world. That's exactly right. You're absolutely right.
Not the worst.
Not the worst,
No,
but
the
the
best.
best. And these are actually a jalapeno hot dog.
Oh, wow.
And they're made in Wisconsin, jalapeno hot dog. And all I'm simply going to do is I'm going to place one on top of each one of those spuds. And I've got some cheese slices. And we're going to put it, look at that, there's one left over for me.
Oh, no, I thought that was for me.
Well, ain't that a classic? Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add my pepper jack cheese, by the way, over the top of my pepper jalapeno hot dogs and potatoes. And I'm going to put the hood down, Steve, and I'm going to let you and Meryl yak a little bit.
All right, I'll tell you. Okay. So do you like beverages too, Steve? Are you a beverage drinker too? A little beer there once in a while, or?
Actually, I'm one of the few that I stopped drinking alcohol a number of years back. I'm
Well,
one of
good
those
for
guys
you.
I just needed to stop.
There you go.
I'm a designated driver for everyone else having a
Well,
good
they
time.
gotta love you. They
Let
gotta
me
love
say,
you.
Steve, I had my share about 3.5 years ago now. So it's been. So.
Exactly.
So I'm the one handling the beer here today. It's,
Yep.
I'll tell you, you're not going to believe what I did on this. And I'm not a big brine guy. Mad Dog's a big brine
I love
guy.
brines.
But this, I made a brine. I brined these potatoes.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, and I used beer. And I'm going to use the
Don't worry,
beer,
there's
the
a knife
red beer.
coming behind you here, Steve, but it's for the potatoes,
Yeah,
not you.
yeah. Now go ahead and taste those. See, those might even be done, but take a bite of that. I cannot believe the how moist that they really, really are. Mm-hmm. Isn't that amazing? I can't believe it. Very simple.
They're hot.
They're hot. I'm going to use a little bit of the bitter red.
I don't have to be an owner to know they're hot.
Come on, grow those rings again. Show us how you do that. Just like in the cartoons. Anyway, going to use a little kosher salt on here. You could actually use any type of salt, but I'm going to use quite a bit, matter of fact, about 1/4 of a cup. And I'm going to sit this in the refrigerator, covered up. I actually let mine sit for about 12 hours. But I could not believe...
Imagine if you put some baking soda in with that beer and salt right now, the foam we'd have.
Well, you'd have a good time. You'd have a good time.
It'd be 3 men in a tub.
But man, would we be bubbling. So anyway, set this in the refrigerator for a good 12 hours. And then I go ahead, rinse the potatoes, and then I oiled them with a little bit of olive oil, placed them right on the grill, and then grilled them up on each side. But I just could not believe how nice
You can
and moist.
brine just about. Brines actually, Steve, open up the pores of any meat product and lets moisture in. That's what kosher salts do. If you use table salts,
You know what?
I told you.
Oh, I'm going to get that wabbit. What is that wabbit? What is he?
Here you go, Steve. They might be hot.
Yeah.
Okay, open your mouth and blow.
Come on.
Open your mouth and blow.
No, that's what we call a hot potato.
Well, we are with the owner.
Yes. We're having a
And
good
we'll
time,
be right
actually.
back. We're going to have Steve stick around with us because all we're doing is having fun.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead, have another one, Mad Dog.
Oh, no, they're too hot for me.
We'll be right back.
In order to perform at a high level, I must train hard every day.
I push my body hard to the limits to gain an advantage against my competition.
With a tough training schedule,
My body needs the ability to recover fast.
Rapid Performance products provide an all-natural recovery source.
This gives my muscles the rapid recovery needed to repeat my intense training.
Speed your recovery with the natural benefits of tart cherry juice and whey protein isolate.
Train, recover, repeat.
Rapid Performance products.
The Bean family has a long history of doing things their own way. In fact, they age every drop of Jim Beam twice as long as the law requires for a true Kentucky straight bourbon. So, 4 long years from now, I'll be back for this one. That's how Jim Beam makes history. How will you make yours?
Capital Brewery in Middleton, Wisconsin has been producing award-winning beer since 1984. The Capital Brewery reputation precedes itself as beer enthusiasts come from far and wide to see for themselves. Over the years, we've continued to grow, and now our beers can be found on shelves for miles and miles. Along the way, Capital Brewery has received over 200 beer and brewery awards, more than any other brewery in the area. We invite you to visit Capital Brewery and Beer Garden in Middleton, Wisconsin. To learn more about Capital Brewery and our live events, visit us at capitalbrewery.com.
Well, welcome back to Wisconsin Tailgating at its finest with Mad Dog, Merrill, and the owner.
The owner.
And don't forget to go on a great website. It's called vintagebrewing.com, vintagebrewing.com. They make some of the best small batch brews that we've tasted in a long time. They are delicious. Great place, great brews, great food. VintageBrewingCompany.com. We're going to do some more taters, okay?
You bet.
Love
And
it.
your
I love
nickname in high school was?
Spud.
Spud.
Tater tot, yes.
Merrill's was Butterball.
Butterball. Little butterball, I may say, sir.
You know, salad potatoes are delicious. And I'm just going to take that tater and I'm going to cut it in half. And I've tried this recipe once before, and I can't remember what I filled it with, but it was
That's right.
But it was with joy. When it was ending, it was filled with joy. And you take
No,
it,
her name was Joy.
Yeah.
She was a real joy.
Little tater tot. Lucky we didn't know each other 20 years ago, Steve. I'm going to take that tater and I'm going to hollow it out and we're going to stuff it. Have you ever been told to stuff it?
A couple times.
Do you travel to other games, Steve?
Yes, I do. I traveled to quite a few. This year I'll go to 14 of 16 games.
And how do the fans treat you?
You know, usually pretty good because I'm with other Ultimate fans that I know in those towns and stuff, but the toughest place I go is Chicago. They've got a lot more adjectives for me down there.
Yeah. You got to bear it.
Little bear down,
I take
right?
my little taters and I brown them up directly on the grates of the grill. And this one's piping hot and it's done all the way through. And you have little cups. And so, I hate to move the camera again, but I've got scrambled eggs.
That's what I thought they were.
Scrambled eggs, breakfast links, and some cheese. And I just blend that all together lightly. And I'm going to take a little bit of that, and that goes right inside each one of my taters. And you can see those babies are melted already. So I'm going to top them with a little bit of salsa. And honest to goodness, I've never made these before,
What a
Steve.
great idea.
Oh, what a great idea for breakfast. And in Wisconsin, you got to have it.
You got to have breakfast.
I think I want one now.
I'll tell you, unbelievable.
Well, we got something in common. You're a commentator. I'll scoop one up for you while Mero does whatever he does best.
Hey, I just went ahead and just toasted these good old buns on the grill. Very easy to do. I want to see how our beef turned out. As you can see, they're already bubbling in the kraut. I'd even actually leave these on a little bit longer, but just to serve this up here, place those babies on the bun.
Oh, those are those nice little steaks you did with the kraut.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention,
He
Steve.
can't afford to pay attention, ladies and gentlemen.
He's
Now,
pretty
owner,
quick-handed.
what do other fans say when they come to Lambeau Field?
Boo!
With you?
They mostly say, first of all, the hallowed grounds. They know the history. They're versed in awe just coming there.
Sure.
And just like this last week, we had 4 different groups of Jets fans there, and within the first hour, they can't believe the friendliness. We treat people as guests. We treat them well. We have an open tailgate. And within a few hours, they're really moved. Some actually had tears in their eyes that they're at Lambeau and how friendly we are. And a couple guys invited me to their house, and I only knew them for 2 hours.
Did they ask you for $50 still?
No cash up front.
They probably wanted a doorstop, a wedge.
No, that's great. We hear that quite a bit all the time.
And do you go to the shareholders meetings?
Every year I go, unless sometimes work interferes with my life, but yes, I usually get to the shareholder meeting.
Wait, you're going to 14 out of the 16 games and work interferes with your life.
Yeah, I have a really good team, so I like to help support my team and be there for them. So it's, but I do work.
Yeah, good for you. Well, you got to work going to 14.
Yeah.
You do have to work, unless you got a job that I need to know about.
There you go. Now, favorite stadium that you've been to?
Lambeau Field.
Besides Lambeau, would you say?
Besides Lambeau Field.
I knew he was going to say that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a mind
tell you
reader. I
what,
knew it.
Seattle was a lot of fun because of how loud they were.
And how loud is it? As loud as they say it is?
It is. I had to put earplugs in.
Really?
It gets to be a piercing. The decibel levels get so high. It really does, and they're just into it.
Are you next to somebody that talks to you like this all the time?
That would be whispering.
Are you married?
Yes. But I'm the loud one in the family.
There
Go
you
figure.
go. There you
Jeez, I
go.
haven't figured that one out.
Did you like Seattle Stadium though?
I really did like it. I'm just trying. Man, I've had so many good experiences in a lot of places. Like I said, the only place I have a really rough time, not in the stadium, not in Soldier Field, but walking around. That's where I've had things thrown at me and people swear at me. But last year was the first time I got hit by a fan physically. It was by a female Packer fan hit me in the chest. She was cussing out my Bengals fan. I said, I don't like that. And she just reached up. It didn't hurt. It just shocked me. I said, well, that was a good lesson. Even a Packer fan, don't trust the colors.
No, exactly.
She had a couple. I go figure,
You would
right?
imagine.
Yeah.
You would imagine that. You would imagine.
Speaking of families, I was out exercising with my daughter last night, and so I brought along my little Rapid Red, which is a tart cherry drink. So it's for recovery. My knees are a little sore. I ache a little bit. So if you don't mind if I drink a little bit of my tart cherry Rapid Red.
Sure.
Thank you.
And do you mind if I go get my red over here?
Absolutely.
To have my red with his red?
Yes.
I think that would work out really good.
That'll leave me in the middle dry.
That's very good. That's what.
Oh,
that's
hey,
what
look at these. As I'm
Oh, there.
drinking my tart cherry, my Rapid Red, I forgot about these babies. And I didn't show my other eggs before, and they turned out wonderful. But look at them little devils sneaking out of there.
I'll be darned. Very good.
They look like little slippers from the Wizard of Oz.
Munchkin shoes.
Exactly.
I don't know. They look like something the witch should wear. Or those monkeys coming down off the sky, you know? With them going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm going to have nightmares all the time. Hey, we'll be right back.
Really?
Fire up that grill.
Hey folks, Mad Dog and Merrill here, the Sultans of Sear.
The gurus of the grill.
The hosts of Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling.
Spice up your next cookout with Mad Dog and Merrill's thick, rich barbecue sauces, seasonings, and marinades.
Don't forget Dow Works, sauerkraut, onion, ketchup, and a hint of mustard all in one bottle.
Dow Works for sausage, burgers, chicken, hot dogs, and more.
Dow Works.
Ask your grocer for Mad Dog and Merrill products.
Available at a store near you. Happy grilling, folks. Crisp kraut.
Tasty family tradition for over 100 years.
Made with good old-fashioned Wisconsin cabbage. Tastes great on hot dogs, brats, pizzas, and even brownies. Crisp kraut, served hot or cold.
Traditional style is tart and tangy, and the Bavarian style is sweet and mild.
Make this superfood part of your regular meal planning.
Delicious, versatile, and so good for you. Look for crisp kraut in your store's meat case.
And if it's not crisp kraut, it's not crisp. Try crisp kraut for the health of it.
Hey, buddy, why the throwback uniform?
Well, boys, you see, it's to celebrate the glory days, the pride, the passion, the tradition.
Wow, what could be better than wearing a throwback uniform on game day?
How about throwing back a green and gold citrusy sun-drop soda in a throwback bottle while wearing my throwback uniform on game day?
The pride, the passion, the tradition.
Throwback a green and gold sun-drop today. Well, I'll tell you what, we've had a great time here so far at the Vintage Brewing Company. Steve, thank you so much.
Thank you.
The owner.
The owner, thank you.
Right outside Oneida Gate. Merrill's a little disorderly.
Yes, I'm having the pumpkin disorderly, and boy, does that baby look good. Look at that baby.
Man, it looks delicious.
That's what's fun when it gets to the end of the show, the owner.
We wouldn't know. If that's fun, we love it. You folks have a great one. We're going to be back with more tailgating. You stay tuned.
Go Pack, go.
Yeah, there you go.
Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin' is a production of Lashbro Visual Communications.